India, with decades of military cooperation with Russia, is now preparing to acquire the world's largest and most advanced long-range radars from Moscow. At present, India is strategically planning to tackle the powerful challenges it faces in the Indo-Pacific region. To achieve this, India is rapidly modernizing its military with both domestic and foreign high-end technologies. In this regard, acquiring these advanced systems is a significant step forward. To set up an early warning system against long-range nuclear and non-nuclear ballistic missile attacks from adversaries, India plans to buy Russian-made Voronezh over-the-horizon radars, costing approximately $4 billion. These radars, the most powerful long-range radars developed so far, are known globally for their size and power. This new video analysis will help us understand why India is keen on acquiring these Voronezh radars. The development of Russian Voronezh radars. The origins of the Russian Voronezh radars can be traced back to the Cold War era. In 2002, the United States, in collaboration with its European allies, decided to set up a new ballistic missile defense system in Poland under NATO's framework to counter the Soviet Union. In response, Russia began exploring the development of its own modern long-range radar system. During this time, the Soviet Union's Daryal series of VHF long-range radars, which had been developed during its peak years, were becoming technologically obsolete. This realization led Moscow to consider a more advanced system to enhance its defense capabilities. The aim was to create a radar with superior observation range compared to the VHF long-range radars previously used by Russian forces. The directive for this project came directly from President Vladimir Putin's office to the Ministry of Defense. As a result, the Russian Ministry of Defense turned to the Moscow-based Minsk Radio Technical Institute, MRI, a long-established institution with decades of experience in radar system development. This company, which had been a key player in the Soviet military-industrial complex since 1946, was also a producer of heavy communication antennas and other electronic communication equipment. Their long-standing expertise made them the ideal candidate to carry out this critical project. Development and production of Russian Voronezh radars in the 1980s. As the Soviet Union began losing its influence in the global power structure, Moscow's Minsk Radio Technical Institute introduced the Daryal series radars, which were regarded as giants in the long-range radar category, for the Soviet military. These radars operated on very high-frequency, VHF, bands, and their successor, a long-range radar system, was envisioned by the MRI for development. The task assigned to MRI was to create a radar system that would be more advanced and have better tracking capabilities than its predecessor. This posed a significant challenge for the engineers of MRI, who aimed to develop an early warning radar capable of detecting targets thousands of kilometers away using heavy terminal antennas. The goal was to provide precise advanced data on ballistic missile attacks traversing vast regions above the Earth's surface. The radar system also had to transmit critical information, including tracking maps, to anti-ballistic missile defense batteries. To meet these needs, the Minsk Radio Technical Institute pursued significant technological advancements in radar systems. As a result, this development became one of the most expensive radar projects in Russian history, with an investment of 2.85 billion Russian rubles. Consequently, the research for this new radar system began under the name Voronezh. Features of Russian Voronezh radars. One of the main features of these Russian radars is their ability to continuously and meticulously monitor an active airspace within a circular range of 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers. This allows for intercontinental surveillance, with a horizontal range of 8,000 kilometers and a vertical range of 6,000 kilometers. As of now, no other country except Russia has such a powerful radar system on this planet. These radars can track up to 100 targets simultaneously and classify them, enabling the precise detection of ballistic missiles, both stealth and non-stealth fighter jets. This remarkable capability connects the Voronezh radar to long-range air defense batteries, enabling efficient counter-ballistic missile defense. Since it operates using phased array technology, the radar's antenna elements can detect multiple targets without moving the radar itself. Even a football-sized object at a distance of 8,000 kilometers can be locked onto by this radar. Compared to its predecessors, the Daryal series, the Voronezh radars are equipped with advanced, highly classified technologies, making them some of the most lethal radars in the world today. The Voronezh DM model, in particular, operates at UHF frequencies. The radar system is commercially manufactured by the prominent Russian defense producer, Almaz-Antey Corporation. Why India is interested in acquiring Russian Voronezh radars? India's interest in the massive Russian-made Voronezh radars stems from the fact that its traditional rivals, China and Pakistan, are aggressively advancing with modern hypersonic missiles and stealth aircraft. Although India possesses its own domestic radar system for ballistic missile defense, the Very Long Range Tracking Radar, VLTR, developed by DRDO, its limited range was inadequate for detecting ballistic missiles launched from distant locations. Moreover, the progress made by adversarial nations, such as China, in satellite-based weapon launching systems is also a growing concern for New Delhi. To counter these very real threats effectively and safeguard its physical assets from all types of aerial and space-based attacks, it has become imperative for India to deploy the most advanced over-the-horizon long-range radar. This is particularly essential to maintain military superiority in the increasingly dominant Indo-Pacific region, where China's influence is growing daily. Moreover, India's previous acquisition of Russian S-400 air defense missile systems and its successor, the S-500 Prometheus, would serve as complementary units to the Voronezh radars. This makes the acquisition of Voronezh radars even more appealing to India. Additionally, Russia has promised to assist India in manufacturing Voronezh radars under the Make in India initiative, making the deal even more attractive. In summary, by acquiring these Russian-made Voronezh radars, India will be able to cover a vast portion of Asia, Africa, and other continents with its radar systems. Militarily, this strategic advantage will help New Delhi establish an early warning system for any ballistic missile attacks and stealth aircraft incursions from these regions. The main objective of the 10,000 km range of these long-range tracking radars, due to their exceptional performance, is to alert India's anti-ballistic missile batteries about any land-based or sea-based ballistic missile attacks from distant locations. As a result, the Voronezh radars, which will be installed at test ranges in Balasore, eastern India, and Chitradurga, southern India, will play a crucial role in India's strategy to monitor the Indo-Pacific region, situated to the north and south of the Indian subcontinent. This marks a significant step forward in India's defense capabilities. Jai Hind.